Have you guys seen these videos online of dogs that learned how to communicate with their owners by stepping on a button?
Oh, yeah, man.
Man, have you seen these?
I haven't.
Oh, it's genius.
It is genius. You have to have a really smart dog to do it. So I would never be able to do that with my English Bulldog. But yeah, you can have, the dogs can tell you exactly what they want now by just stepping on a light that lights up and tells the owner what they want. So it might be a paw on go out, or love you, or rub me.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So you start with just like like one or two buttons, and one it's just a button, and you hit it, and it goes outside, and then the dog will hit the button outside, and we'll know to go outside. Or there'll be another button that says treat, and the dog will go over there and hit it, and the dog will want a treat. It's fascinating.
Wow,
And there's like
mind-blowing.
50 buttons, man. I mean, so it's really complicated stuff. So at some point or another, like, dogs are really going to be able to talk to each other, aren't they?
Yes.
One steps on, the other one communicates back.
Dogs are really smart. Some of the smarter ones, like German Shepherds, can have the same vocabulary bank as like a 2-year-old. Toddler, human toddler.
Right.
That's fascinating.
The only reason why I was looking it up this morning is today is the day I'm going to start trying to train Tyra to put a diaper on. And I know she's going to fight me on it. So I'm starting to look for like little hints on exactly how to get it done. And then I go down this wormhole of really smart dogs that are like doing all this, and I can't even get a diaper on a dog.
She doesn't have thumbs. How's she going to put a diaper on?
All right. He was about to answer it.
Seriously. Just now. I am so sick of waking up to like these little micro poops when she sleeps. My dog has a loose sphincter and has never ever hunched over to poop. So when I take her on a walk, as I've told you guys, it's just like chop, 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 chop. Right? Or when she goes to sleep, as soon as she falls into a deep sleep, these little itty bitty micro poops come out. So the first thing I have to do every morning, starting my day, is clean up poop on her pillow because she pooped in her sleep. So I'm sick of it. So I bought all the diapers. They came yesterday, and today is the day I'm going to try to train her to put them on at night.
And so now instead of starting your day by picking up micro poops, you're going to start your day by changing your dog's diaper.
No, it goes on at night.
Right, but in the morning, you're going to have
I'll just
to
take it off. Yeah, I would rather do that than, because she's laying in it. Sometimes her butt is against the wall, so she's,
Okay.
pooping on
All
the
right,
wall.
we got it. Yep.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So how hard can it be just to put on a diaper and train her to keep it on?
Yeah, get them diapers on her.
Today's the day. Good
luck.
So it is going to be one of the hardest things I have to do. So Cass, is this person being an a-hole for being mad at his wife? She just wants to back out of the family, Christmas celebration.
All right, there's some context you need to know, and he's describing this. He says, for every holiday, my mother would ask the women in my family, my sisters, sister-in-law, my wife, my female cousins, to send, quote, samples of the desserts they plan to bring to the celebration for testing and to see if these desserts could make it onto the food menu. My wife has been complaining about my mother deliberately rejecting every dessert sample she has ever sent. So many times, my mother has told her that she's just being honest and keeping the guests' best interests at heart.
Wait.
Yeah. This whole thing seems screwy.
Yeah, so before you can bring something to the dinner, you have to send a taste test to mom or mother-in-law for her to sample it to get approval that, yes, your Derby pie is good enough to bring to my party.
But it's all the women, so it's not just his wife. It's like mom's own daughters are being asked to send samples.
And she's the judge and jury on this. So if she tastes it and says, okay, it's worthy of our family, then she gives you the green light?
Because she's the host. So it's her, it's her big shit big.
No.
And it's only the women that are making things.
Yes. Yeah, in this family it is, yeah.
All right.
My wife still thinks that my mother is deliberately excluding her since 2 of her dessert samples were rejected before. For this year's Christmas, my mother is doing the same thing, but this time she told every woman who is participating to make a cookie sample and to send it to her for testing. My wife took it as a challenge, and to be honest, she worked really hard to make a good sample and sent it to my mother days ago, and the results just came in yesterday. I came home from work and found my wife upset. I asked what's wrong, and she told me that my mother rejected the sample she sent and decided to exclude her from baking from the food list and menu for Christmas this year. I didn't know what to say, but then she told me she was backing out of the invitation to attend Christmas with my family. I was stunned when I heard her make this statement. I tried to talk to her, but she said it was done. I called her unreasonable to decide to bail on the whole family over some cookie sample. That's just freaking crazy and quite unreasonable. We had a full-on argument about it, and she stated that my mother caused this, but I told her that my mother is pretty serious and careful about the food she offers to guests since we're going to have relatives coming in from all sides of the country. She told me to stop mentioning it. Later, I heard her cry despite telling her that her baking is amazing and people have preferences, and that's all. Am I the a-hole for insisting that she is being unreasonable? And then a couple of other things for context. My wife wasn't the only one whose sample was rejected. We have my sister-in-law, my brother's wife, and my younger sister's samples were also rejected. My mother didn't force anyone to participate. It was up to whoever wanted to take part.
Oh, okay.
And this is just about the dessert since my mother tends to be very careful in this category. But for other types of foods, dishes, appetizers, salads, stuff like that, that's all welcome, as she stated.
So here's what I would do if this was my wife. I would sit her down if she's all stressed out about this whole sample thing, right? And we would sit down and we would watch The Help. You remember that movie, The Help? Do you remember Minnie's chocolate pie?
Yes.
Okay. That's the sample moms get.
Eat my.
There you go. That's it.
Okay, you got poop on the brain. That's not what I would do. So my advice is I would reach out to the other sister-in-law and the little sister and be like, let's bring our cookies anyway.
Oh.
And I would still show up with my cookies.
Go rogue.
Mom will stop him at the door.
What I would do, genuinely, if I was in this situation, is have a chef make it. And then bring it.
Well, that's because you've done that before because you've cheated in our
That's
cooking
my
competitions.
move. That's what I do.
It's not a bad idea, really, right?
Right. But you know, at least you know if you have a chef make it and you bring it in there and mom still turns it down, says it's trash, mom is hating.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
now you got all the evidence you need.
If you want an
Ooh,
update.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was going to say, don't even wait till next Christmas. Like, do it be like, I would like to resubmit a new sample
Yep.
and go ahead and do that. And instead of waiting an entire year for that theory, I would want like answers now, and I would do that ASAP.
That's genius.
That's what I would do.
Wouldn't you throw the competition so you wouldn't have to do the extra work bringing something to the dinner anyway?
It's a point of pride for some people.
Is it? Okay.
All right, so here's the update. Great. So I just got off the phone with my brother, and he told me that his wife is doing the same thing as my wife and has decided to back out of the invitation to spend Christmas with the family as well. Turns out my wife must have told her about her decision, and she decided to follow her lead. My brother is pissed, saying my wife is encouraging his wife to do this, and I see that the problem has just gotten bigger now. Who knows? At this point, it looks like my younger sister might join in and decide not to go as well.
They're all boycotting.
I don't know how this got out of control so quickly. I guess we'll have to have a discussion with my mother about this soon and see how it goes.
Mom is the a-hole for
sure.
demanding this. I mean, we can all see that across the board, right?
Yes.
100%.
Mom.
The Bert Show.
So first, thanks for watching. Second, you like what you just watched? That just scratches the surface. Get the Bert Show on any podcast platform. We're so good.